Hello and blessed greetings, my friend. Welcome to another edition of our Ellen G. White devotional series for Wednesday, May 4th, 2022. 6 days for us, only one for God. I'll be reading once again from the devotional To Be Like Jesus by Ellen G. White. The Bible says in Exodus chapter 20, verses 8 through 11, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." Again, that comes from the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verses 8 through 11, from the New King James Version of the Bible. At the very beginning of the fourth precept, God said, "Remember," knowing that men and women, in the multitude of their cares and perplexities, would be tempted to excuse themselves from meeting the full requirements of the law, or, in the press of worldly business, would forget its sacred importance. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, the usual business of life, for worldly profit or pleasure. These words are very explicit. There can be no mistake. Brother K., how dare you venture to transgress a commandment so solemn and important? Has the Lord made an exception by which you are absolved from the law he has given to the world? Are your transgressions omitted from the book of record? Has he agreed to excuse your disobedience when the nations come before him for judgment? Do not for a moment deceive yourself with the thought that your sin will not bring its merited punishment. Your transgressions will be visited with the rod. Because you have had the light, you have walked directly contrary to it. That servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. God has given us 6 days in which to do our own work and carry on the usual business of life. But he claims one day, which he has set apart and sanctified. He gives it to us as a day in which we may rest from labor and devote ourselves to worship and the improvement of our spiritual condition. What a flagrant outrage it is for us to steal the one sanctified day of Jehovah and appropriate it to our own selfish purposes. It is the grossest presumption for mortal beings to venture upon a compromise with the Almighty in order to secure their own petty temporal interests. It is as ruthless a violation of the law to occasionally use the Sabbath for secular business as to entirely reject it. For it is making the Lord's commandments a matter of convenience. From Testimonies for the Church, Volume 4, page 249. 6 days for us, only one for God. I have just read from the devotional To Be Like Jesus by Ellen G. White for Wednesday, May 4th, 2022. Please join us next time for another edition of our Ellen G. White devotional series, and continue to listen for the entire month of May as we take a look at the day that God made holy. Be blessed and take care.